What is it? How does advertising control the masses? How does the elite control the masses? How does movies control what people believe and how they create? Stimulation. How was the UFO phenomena stimulated? Through movies, books, magazine, comics. Every possible way stimulated what? The mind in creating delusions of seeing all kinds of UFOs. Were UFOs real? Some of them yes. Most of them no. Have a look at how far people would attempt to stimulate the existence of UFOs by taking pictures of clouds and then taking it through stages of coloration and frequencies to show that there is apparently something hidden in the clouds. What is the real point? They are attempting to stimulate everyone to believe them, creating a religion, not sticking to the basic common sense. What is really happening? Do you drink coffee, for instance? What are you doing? You are stimulating your body. What happens with plants? Plants is a system that requires stimulation, which is the food, the sun, photosynthesis, and water. If you stimulate your plant correctly, your plant grows and bears fruit. It is not a living nature thing. The plant itself, the physical form, is a system. This world and the way it exists is a system. The system moves through stimulation. The plant moves through stimulation. The animal moves through stimulation. Weather moves through stimulation. The seasons move through stimulation. How is it stimulated? Its relationship with the sun and heat changed the season. It changed the heat that is on the physical planet and the way the wind moves and the way the rain moves. Stimulation. The sun stimulates it. Accordingly, you have a result. Everything in existence are controlled by one thing. One thing which is manifested within the human form as the penis. Thy rod and thy staff decides, which is God of existence. Why is this not shown to everybody, that the real point is stimulation? Because then, if everybody understands this, nobody will be able to control another, because you'll say, oh, you're trying to stimulate me. Have a look at what is the primary attention that is given to stimulation. The sexuality. If you stimulate me in the right way, I like you. If you rub me up in the wrong way, which means you are stimulating me in the wrong way, I don't like you. Same point. You're being stimulated to not like. You're being stimulated to like. It's not a real movement of yourself. You're not alive. You need to be stimulated to do anything. You will not move for equality and oneness in existence because there is no stimulation. There is no point which you can stimulate yourself as consistently to get it done, because I need a stimulation. You're not stimulating me. You're taking away my stimulation with equality and oneness. I need stimulations, otherwise I can't exist. Have a look. When you go down and you cannot stand anymore and you feel like you want to give up, what are you really doing it? Why are you really doing it? Because I no longer have my stimulation. Give me my stimulation and I will do this. Otherwise I won't do it. Yes, have a look. We have beings, for instance, attempting to manipulate what we are busy doing, using ways of stimulation like harming themselves physically, so that we can stimulate them again so they can feel better about themselves, but they cannot actually decide who they are. And your brother, for instance, it's a manipulation. He's looking, and he will continue to do this until he's got somebody that stimulates him. Give me someone that stimulates me and I will feel better about myself. What statement is that? It's a statement of slavery. It's a statement of I am enslaved to stimulation. Without stimulation, I am nothing. Stimulation is giving the power to that which is outside you to decide who you are. That's stimulation. If you read a book and you feel better in reading the book, you are being stimulated to do so according to your programming. If you like music, what is the real point of music? What is music? Music is stimulation. That's why you only like certain kinds of music. What does the musician do to the listener? It stimulates the listener into a certain mode of experience, an inner experience, which is a stimulated experience. You are stimulated. And in that stimulation, you are simulating. You are experiencing. What is experience? It's a simulation according to the stimulation. It's not real. Your experiences are never real. Your experiences are always just a simulation that is based on your stimulation. And according to the relation that exists within the relationship between the stimulation and the simulation, you have your elation, your experience in terms of how you feel. So feeling is never real because feeling is based on stimulation and how you accept that stimulation as your simulation. It's never real. Energy is never real because energy only exists when there is stimulation, and the stimulation is always external. And I mean, if you or another person stimulate the point and you simulate it, that means you're accepting it. You're going to have an experience, an elation in that relationship. That elation is your joy, your love, everything. Love by itself doesn't exist. It requires stimulation. That's why no one can actually stand for life, because you want life to be unconditional. Why do you want it unconditional? So you can have choice. So you can have the choice to stimulate you the way you want to stimulate you. Bugger everyone else. It doesn't matter what's happening today. They have the same power. They have choice. They've chosen to be here. The fact that they are in a country where there's no food, it's got nothing to do with me. I mean, they must plant something. I mean, they must not starve. I'm quite happy this side. I'm stimulated. I know they're not stimulated, but that's not my problem. While I'm stimulated, I am not even aware of their existence, which is so wonderful. Please stimulate me, then I don't have to worry about anyone else. Just keep me stimulated, and I am